You can shave your sideburns, or you could braid them.
Bowling wedding?
He showed off his tattoo that is both Florida and a gun.
Then it turned into ninja rap, yes, from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Hi, welcome to the F Plus Podcast. It's a podcast about love. Wait, no, it's a podcast about terrible things read with enthusiasm. In the room tonight we have Boots Rain Gear.
I baked the cake and all the wedding desserts, which include the TARDIS and Yoda cookies, lightsaber pretzel rods, golden snitch cookies, Borg cube fruitcake petit fours.
Fuck! FryQuest!
The adorablest level, it's over 9,000 at this video
Oh
game
god!
wedding.
I'm so cool.
We had a couple of games throughout the evening. My favorite was our Hunger Games and Apples to Apples tournament to decide which table got to go to the buffet.
You can't cut us all off, Lemon.
Zarla Shenanza.
Chris likes to refer to my arms as T-Rex-like, so we wanted to incorporate that into our wedding. Hence Mona the dinosaur, the T-Rex ring bearer, and the lollipop favors.
And Zarla took mine, but I'm Lemon. Bye!
Sorry.
I mean, wait, no, not bye. Let's start.
Yes, obviously it's the beginning of the podcast.
The beginning.
We don't know any of this, and we're just going into it.
Hey, F Plus.
Hey, Lemon.
Wow.
Oh, hey, Owen. Hey, Owen, wow.
Wow.
Hey, so it is, in this recording, it's October. It's sort of the end of, wedding season. Did, any of y'all, attend any weddings this year?
Nope.
Just one.
One? Okay. How
Yeah.
was it?
It was an outdoor masquerade. It was actually really fun.
Outdoor masquerade?
Yep.
Okay. Did you wear those little, like, weird masks? Like, eyes wide
Yeah.
shut masks? Okay. And then did you
Yep.
fuck?
Listen.
What? What? I'm
This is a
listening.
family podcast.
Yeah. No, it really isn't. It really isn't. Listen, man, if this is the standards that you have for a family podcast, you need to go to jail. I say that, and I gave my daughter an F Plus t-shirt.
The fried chicken one?
No, the recent one with the red panda's butthole on it. So I want to talk to you about a site that we have covered before. It is called offbeatbride.com. Their slogan is "Alter Your Thinking with Offbeat Bride." Alter your thinking.
I get it.
Yeah. Episode 129, our first venture here, if you're curious. But this is a place where, you know what's the mistake that sometimes people have when they're throwing a wedding is that they, have a fun party for themselves and their guests. That's a mistake that they make.
I know I've made that mistake.
Yeah, exactly. What Offbeat Bride is trying to fix that by just an aggressive theme that is meant for Instagram photos that you share other ways. So in the site here it says, "What wedding planning advice and inspiration do you need today?" Hashtag DIY dress fall weddings, feminism, guest list, Halloween, Harry Potter, zombies.
I don't think that's entirely fair, Lemon. I mean, there's Pinterest, too.
You're right, there is Pinterest. And there's also Offbeat Pride. So we're going to start off in a town by the name of Portland. Oh my, that is a mustache. Wow! Okay, we're at number 1 and we already have a very curly mustache.
Are they just going to get curlier as they go on through the document?
I hope so. So nutshell, Portland residents.
I feel like he might have just grafted that curly mustache onto his regular goatee just for the wedding.
Just pasted on.
He's got a whole roll of
extensions.
mustaches he takes off the shelf and puts on.
So, nutshell, why don't you tell me about your this wedding here, this Portland wedding?
Oh, well, this Portland wedding is Kate and Matt's nerdy Art Deco and TARDIS Blue wedding.
Is there any tags that this has?
Oh boy. Yes. Hashtag real weddings, Western US. Hashtag atheist. Hashtag blue hair. Hashtag geeky. Hashtag long-haired groom. Hashtag Oregon. Hashtag Portland. Hashtag peculiar. Hashtag silver dress. And hashtag tattooed bride.
Oh, good.
I thought that guy had a ponytail.
Good. Okay, so tell me. So, who's the offbeat bride?
Well, the lovely blushing offbeat bride is Kate, fiction book editor for Bear and Black Dog Editing.
Editor
And
for
her
editing.
offbeat
Okay.
partner is Matt, who's tech support.
I wonder who wrote this. All right.
Tech support for Kate's family.
Okay, so give me the wedding at a glance, please.
Well, our offbeat wedding at a glance, Matt and I are both atheists and feminists, and we wanted the whole wedding process to reflect that. We had a secular celebrant from the Center for Inquiry instead of a priest or judge, and because we still wanted a shared family name, we both added a second last name upon marriage instead of one partner taking the other's. We're also both quite nerdy, so we tossed around some nerdy themes early on and couldn't decide.
Yay! Yay!
So our wedding ended up having hints of all our nerdy obsessions.
Oh, good.
Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who, Buffy, Firefly, and more.
Yay!
That's the thing about, like, nerdy references and stuff, is I'm always like, what if there were more of them? Like, I could use more nerdy references. I feel like there's not enough.
Vampires
A little
aren't
too
enough.
focused.
Okay, that's good. I like that. So, will you tell us about the ceremony, please?
Sure, let me just scroll down
Yep,
through all
yep.
these
There's
pictures.
lots of pictures of them like lifting up their shoes, which apparently is very funny. It's very.
It's
funny
always
to-
hilarious,
down,
Lemon.
Yeah.
more
Yep,
down.
more. There's more. There's still more.
I saw the word.
There it is.
It's
Tell
just
us about
scrolling
the
through.
ceremony.
As you're scrolling through, you see things in blue, like
Yep.
weighted companion cube.
Yeah, we had a couple games throughout the evening, including ceremony bingo. More on that later, and the shoe game. Parentheses. Always hilarious.
Okay, tell us about the ceremony. Like I mentioned before, we're atheists, so it was really important to us to have a ceremony that was meaningful without God, especially since
That's
my
impossible. How could you possibly do that?
especially since my father is very religious. I wanted the ceremony to be so smooth and perfect he almost didn't notice there weren't any religious messages. Our celebrant, Bill, was wonderful to work with and totally open to us writing a complete ceremony from scratch. And he got really excited at our idea to include quotes from our favorite books, movies, and TV shows peppered throughout the ceremony.
Great. That sounds good. So tell me more. Tell me more.
I knew he would be. We contacted him because his CFI bio had the word 11sies in it. Obviously a Lord of the Rings fan.
That actually could be a look around you reference.
For the ultra nerd.
Yeah, that's right.
We ended up having a ceremony bingo in the program for people to mark off the quotes they recognized. 2 people got bingo. We were so proud.
Oh man, you actually get XP from this wedding.
Can you believe you have to leave TV tropes to go to this wedding? Well, not anymore.
A lot of the quotes have been used in ceremonies by offbeat brides before.
Yeah.
Stuff like the marriage speech from The Princess Bride and the bit about needing a hand to hold from Doctor Who. Matt and I read individual short vows before the call and response that were our favorite quotes, and mine included, "I would rather share one lifetime with you than face all the ages of this world alone," from Lord of the Rings.
And
We
then
both had
probably
babies.
at that point you had an original thought, right? Like you had an original thought that was your own? Oh.
No.
Okay.
We
that some
both
kind of
had
reference,
readings
Lemon?
of quotes from Isaac Asimov. But my absolute favorite was our rewriting of the typical call and response. The "will you take this person to be etc. etc."
All right.
Matt.
Yes. So Zarly, you're
Oh,
going
yeah.
to
The
be Matt here.
dramatized.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll fluff my mustache.
I'll do the footnotes.
Yeah. So talk.
Moon of my life.
My sun and stars.
Game of Thrones.
I would not wish any companion in the world but you.
Every
The
atom
Tempest.
of your flesh.
Somebody just stands up in the audience and screams every time. That's very realistic.
Well, they are playing bingo. Don't forget, they're literally playing bingo.
It's true. That's literally what happened.
Every atom of your flesh is as dear to me as my own. In pain and sickness, it would still be dear.
Jane Eyre.
If by my life or death I can protect you, I will.
Lord of the Rings.
For this night and all the nights to come.
Game of Thrones again.
This is entirely made up of quotes from Game of Thrones, The Tempest, Jane Eyre, and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
We ended, of course, with a resounding "So say we all" after the pronouncement, and walked out to "I've got the world on a string."
So mote it be! All right, well, that was a good starter there.
Then we walk bitter shins around each other.
Good starter. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Portland. More pictures.
Discworld.
It's just...
Sorry.
So we're going to move on from there to it's called a California Pokemon wedding. But it actually says on top a pagan Pokemon party with Annette and Matt.
Classic triple P wedding.
We were talking just before we hit record about the idea of a new porno site called paganpegging.com.
And it's rival site Pegging Pagans.
The catchphrase is "Ride that broomstick."
Ooh,
yeah.
love it.
Nice.
The market's out there.
Yeah. So Frank West, tell me about the pagan Pokemon party.
A pagan Pokemon party. The offbeat bride, Annette, empathy expert, and offbeat bride tribe member.
All right, so let's go to LinkedIn.com.
Her offbeat partner, Matt, a Google image search specialist.
No, GIS is a mapping thing.
Yeah,
No,
that's an actual
Oh,
thing.
okay. All right. Well,
Okay, that's right.
Matt himself is a Google image search specialist.
We can all have our own interpretations of that.
Sure.
He's real good.
He's a geographer.
Our offbeat wedding at a glance. We had so many ideas for the wedding, it was difficult to fit all our nerd creds into one event.
Yeah,
We had to.
But by God, they tried.
The important thing is that everybody knows you're super belong to their group even while you're doing your own thing.
That's right. Virtue signaling.
We went with Pokemon for the game aspects. We told guests they were Pokemon trainers, and everyone got a starter Pokemon at their place setting.
But I'm
when the
not,
receptions.
though. I'm just a person that's...
Well, now you are.
Good,
You're a Pokemon
okay.
trainer because, please, please, I don't have a joke for this one. I hate it. They could participate in activities like dancing with the bride or groom, playing a cardboard game, or challenging each other to trivia to earn tradable Pokemon. It's good when your wedding is so great and fun that you have to gamify it.
Yeah, that is good.
We cut out over 300 of these little guys and glued them onto black circles that would fit in the custom Pokeball pockets in the back of the wedding programs. Guests were trading Pokemon amongst each other and getting more involved to see if they could catch them all.
So we had a hard time choosing one thing. Clearly.
They didn't even notice you were there.
I walked down the aisle to Pink's Bridge of Light because I have a serious obsession with the Happy Feet movies.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean...
That is a serious obsession. That's something that somebody should look into.
Cool, he's carrying a sword and a Pokeball. The ceremony was predominantly pagan, with a close friend of ours officiating as our high priest. At the point where they normally ask if there are any objections to the union, he surprised all of us by drawing his sword and challenging anyone to speak up.
And then he grabbed the bride and ran off? What?
Hey, Frank West.
Yeah?
I'm on Glassdoor right now, and I'm searching for average salary for empathy expert. And it keeps getting confused and telling me that I must have mistyped this. I mean, to be fair, I also don't know what a solutions expert is, but there is a salary for that.
That sounds like somebody who hides bodies for you.
Listen, Lemon.
Yeah.
Counselor Troy got a position on the bridge.
All right.
This is the future.
So the ceremony was predominantly pagan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Where
yeah,
is that?
Yeah. I don't know.
A
Somewhere
close friend of ours officiating. He drew his sword, which was really cool, and everyone applauded. I wrote the ceremony myself. It included a storytelling aspect when Matt and I called the quarters. Perfect for an author and her artist husband. It wants me to figure out what called the quarters means, but I'm not
It's a
picking
Flip
that one.
quarters into shot glasses and drink them?
No, it's addressing like the 4 directions of the compass and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And tell the 4 quarters of the compass to drink shots.
Our ring box was a Pokeball. Of course, and we jumped over a broom together at the end, which now hangs by our front door with our hand-fasting cord wrapped around it.
Is it like an umbilical cord?
I hope somewhere there was an angry aunt that was annoyed that you weren't having a traditional pagan wedding. It's like hand fasting isn't sacred anymore. Okay.
In my day, we went skyclad at our wedding.
All right.
There's a lot of sword stuff in these pictures.
Yeah.
Sure is. Okay, so Zarla, I'm going to give you 2 choices here. Oh man, no, and never mind. I got three. Ooh. I got Ashley and Jake's steampunk adventure trolley wedding. I got Mass Effect meets Star Trek at this theatrical science wedding. Or I've got dramatically gorgeous dark fairy wedding.
Oh man.
Kind of spoiled for choice.
Good choice.
These are all really pretty good. I'm going to go with the Mass Effect one, just because I don't actually know anything about Mass Effect or Star Trek, and I feel like
I'm glad you picked that one, because I was just looking at occupations of the bride and groom, and this one has one of the best ones I've ever seen.
Okay, let me see here.
I'm very excited.
Oh! I see it.
This is tagged with real weddings. Also plus size.
Real weddings.
Real weddings, but geeky.
What the hell kind of tag is that?
Is there a fake wedding tag, maybe?
Fake weddings. Alright, so the offbeat bride is Lydia, who is a writer and designer.
Okay,
and her offbeat partner is Matthew, who is a futurist.
Yes! Yes!
Perhaps connected to the theme, I'm not sure.
He only uses the font Futura. That's it.
I'll make daydreaming my job if I have to. So, our offbeat wedding at a glance. We had a science and fiction theme, pulling heavily from NASA, Carl Sagan, our favorite sci-fi franchises like Mass Effect and Star Trek The Next Generation. Okay. The theater put up our tagline on the marquee, written in the stars. Our officiant wrote a beautiful secular ceremony that touched on our primary philosophy. The universe is vast. We are very small. Because we have each other, we are not alone in all that vastness.
All right, fine.
Our clothing was inspired by 2 of our favorite video game characters, Garrus and Tally from Mass Effect. My mom and I made my dress with an accent fabric taken from Tally's costume. Matt's jacket was made by a talented cyberpunk designer on Etsy, based on Garrus's colors and style. The officiant had an elusive man costume on.
Oh, good. Tell us about the ceremony.
Let's see. I'll scroll past all these pictures.
Yeah, scroll.
Tell us about the ceremony. After the ceremony, Matt's grandmother said, "Weddings keep getting weirder." That was one of our favorite compliments of the whole day.
Yeah, compliment. Good job.
Well,
that says so much right there.
Well,
What'd you think? We held our ceremony in the movie theater and began with a set of video readings from Carl Sagan and a spoken word piece from Northern Exposure.
Wow, okay.
Huh.
Okay.
A spoken word piece from Northern Exposure.
Okay.
A pale blue dot taken from the newest Cosmos series, and Chris doing light is light over video from NASA. I don't know what that means.
Sure.
As the video came to a close, we lit up lanterns and walked down the aisles on either sides of our guest, coming together in front of our officiant while an animated loop from Elusive Man's Solar Office, a Mass Effect 2 reference, played on the screen above us.
Mm-hmm.
They're like space lanterns, otherwise you're just ruining the illusion here.
Tell us about your reception, would you please?
Hey, can you guys wrap this up? We got to show Avengers in an hour.
Our reception.
Also, there's no way that like the beginning of their planning ceremony session with this was like, okay, how hard is it to get the planetarium?
Tell us about your reception. Our reception focused on food and fun, as evidenced by our rousing game of aliens versus colonists.
Wait a minute.
What?
That was really just a sci-fi reskin of the excellent game of Werewolf.
Shit! We LARPed at our wedding! Take that, Grandma!
I like that, like, they have the little thing you're supposed to sign, and one of the people to sign it with, A. Lamau.
Oh my god!
Yep. Wow.
You're
This is
right.
right in the center. See, Ponico made all my laser-cut dreams come true. Designed a Garrison Tally cake topper, Enterprise guest book, and light-up centerpieces.
That's great. I see in one of the photos that you played a text adventure on the movie screen.
Earth is lost. We held the reception in the same space as ceremony. We were able to take advantage of the screen for our
that's the
decor.
intro to the game. They had to put up instructions on the fucking screen.
Yeah. That's how you have fun.
God, like, you don't do that to your grandmother. It's not
What is
good.
that? What is that cake designed to look like?
Let's see. Cake.
It's the same picture that has the signatures on the weird blob of
Brick that got thrown through their window later tonight?
It's the groom's cake because they've got, if it is a cake, because they've got another picture of a white round cake. For the,
Oh.
I don't know
Wait, so
what
what's that thing then?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what it is. There's another shot of it below with another shot of, I guess, what should be the cake, but
What the fuck?
All right.
I can't tell what either of these cakes
Hey,
look
Boots, will you...
It's a beige rectangle.
Hey, Boots, it's time for a destination wedding.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Should we take...
I'm glad to get away from here.
Right, exactly. America's annoying. So let's get out of here. We're going to go to Cyprus. Be nice, yeah? Great. All right. So you're about to take us to Cyprus. And specifically, we are going to be going to a Lovecraft theme wedding.
Oh.
So this is Nuri and Victor's Lovecraftian destination wedding in Cyprus.
Well, right off the bat, I'm pretty sure I see a non-white person in the crowd, so they kind of didn't do a great job.
Oh, you're right. The officiant should have kicked her out.
This is tagged with tentacles, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna point out my favorite tags here. There's a bunch of tags, but there's bearded groom,
Yep.
Disability,
Okay.
flower crown, kilts, tentacles,
Oh, well, clicking. Tentacle wedding.
and gray dress. Okay, so the offbeat bride is Nuri, who is a PhD student.
Yep.
No discipline net mentioned.
It's a lot of
And
ruffles.
Victor is the partner, is a translator.
All right. Gotcha.
They were married at the Ethnographic Museum of Paphos and Paradisos Hills Hotel in Lysos, Cyprus.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Here's our offbeat wedding at a glance. I called our wedding theme Falling in Lovecraft.
Good. Solid pun. I really hope that took a couple days to really grind that pun out.
I'm a big Lovecraft flan.
Yep. Big Lovecraft flan.
I'm a big Lovecraft fan and wanted that to influence my aesthetic without being too obvious.
All right,
The guest list was the first target.
I like the idea that everything looks like a normal wedding on the surface until you looked a little deeper, like my tentacle gold bracelet, the
Cthulhu-headed phrenology at the door,
the Cthulhu-headed cufflinks and paisley tie, and even the use of moss and willow for the centerpieces were inspired by the creatures of Lovecraft.
You know what? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's just little like decoration flourishes. That's fine. That's okay. Go ahead.
Good.
The message I want to send with our wedding is, looks normal on the surface, underneath unspeakable horror.
We'll drive you mad.
Yeah. When it came to the sweets table, however, I told our baker to hell with subtle, go nuts! And I couldn't have been happier.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just scroll down.
Yeah,
let's do that. Of pictures.
Let's do that. Yeah. Lots of tentacles. Lots of tentacles. This wedding earned its hashtag. Oh, good. Kilts.
Kilts, knives.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, there was a
Lovecraft
piper.
didn't like the Scots. What are these kilts doing here?
Yeah, there's a lot of Scottish stuff happening in the middle here. So
There weren't a lot of people Lovecraft did like.
You're right.
that's a good point. This the cake has tentacles all over it,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and the chocolate mousse things also with tentacles. There's sort of tentacle-looking cream pie things. I don't know.
I kind of like the googly eyes on the chocolate mousse, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed by this whole theme, actually. I would have gone with Bride of Reanimator.
Ooh, like that very much.
All right. The upside of recovering from broken legs is that you are exempt from dancing, which isn't my jam.
Mm-hmm.
There were lots of Lovecraft-themed board games on hand, as well as CADs about matrimony. I'm not sure if she meant to say CADs.
It's not.
Could
No,
It's hard
it
to
is
say.
CADs.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not.
CADs about matrimony.
How was the wedding? We're gonna play Munchkin. Yay.
I might have overstuffed the guests because once cake cutting time came around, their faces were a mix of lust and grim determination.
Oh no.
Now we get to the horror part of the wedding.
I'm gonna fuck this cake, and I am serious about it.
Which describes exactly what went on after the wedding. A mix of lust and grim determination.
Oh, when you said it was a tentacle cake, I thought like, oh, well, I guess I'll have a slice.
The Shoggoth chocolate pudding, Elder One's lemon tarts, the edible googly eye cookies were more amazing than I could have imagined. What we didn't eat that night, we snacked on over the weekend. In total, we had a pretty long wedding, 9 hours, but kept the party going the next day with a private sail around the island and a trip to the spa the day after.
Yeah.
Remember, it's a destination wedding. You're stuck with us.
Absolutely you
motherfuckers.
are. There's a sign that says, "Don't feel like dancing? Why not play one of these swell games?" So literally, like while music is somberly playing in the room, there's just people hunched over their Munchkin decks. Oh, cool. All right,
I have
fine.
played all those games.
And that's sure, of course, and that's okay.
Yeah, at a wedding?
Okay, that's okay.
No,
that's
no.
where it's okay.
I don't know if there should be more fish or less fish at this wedding.
Hey, F+. I would like all of you to raise your lightsaber for Jennifer and Alex's Star Wars Extended Universe wedding. That's right.
Finally.
We're not just doing the movies, you fucking noobs.
Finally, Timothy Zahn gets his day.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Yuzan Vong part of the
All right.
ceremony.
The bad thing is, when Disney bought Star Wars, this wedding stopped being canonical.
Oh.
Excellent. So, let's see here. The offbeat bride was Jennifer, a pharmacist. The offbeat partner, Alex, video game programmer. Left out the word aspiring. Date and location of wedding, Jade Asian Palace, Flushing, New York. Here's our offbeat wedding at a glance. Our wedding was a Star Wars themed wedding with elements of Chinese and Jewish traditions. Yeah, why not?
Sure.
We had a lightsaber choreography show put on by Empire Saber. I hope they were union, goddammit. You didn't hire some scab saber guild. Our groomsmen were dressed as Imperial Knights, and the groom was dressed as Emperor Fell from the Star Wars Legacy comics. The bridesmaids and I were a bit more subtle, but had many of the elements seen in Star Wars movies, including complex braided hairstyles, headbands, and long, fingerless gloves. And of course, everyone who attended the wedding received a lightsaber that was raised and lit at the end of the ceremony, echoing the scene in the comics when Luke Skywalker and Mara Jade were married.
Y'all remember that.
I hope I explained the symbolism of what they were doing.
No, Aunt Mary, it didn't happen in the movies. God. Oh, okay. So the extended universe was a...
I actually thought that was written on the program.
Would you like me to tell you about the ceremony?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
All right, great. Our ceremony was officiated by our friend Aaron, who dressed as warlords from the courtship of Princess Leia. He did a great job incorporating elements of all sci-fi within his speech about marriage. As with the Jewish tradition, we had the breaking of glass happen right before we kissed. The music leading up to the ceremony was a combination of some of our favorite video game and movie music. We included the Tetris theme, which one? There's two. The Star Trek soundtrack, Sherlock Holmes soundtrack, I don't know what that means, and Portal's Still Alive!
Oh.
Why would you play that at your wedding?
Because we're doing science. We had Darth Vader be our witness, along with best man Joaquin. That's right. We got Joaquin Phoenix some drugs and had him show up to our wedding. I'm going to tell you about the reception now. The reception was the main event. Keeping with Chinese tradition, we had a banquet-style menu that featured 10 courses. Because the bride's mother is Italian, the menu included 6 dishes that were Chinese and 4 dishes that were Italian. For favors, we got custom-made 10-sided dice that had our names and wedding date on the one pip side. Empire Saber Guild put on... What?
On the one?
Yeah, on the one.
The critical failure.
Yes,
Yep,
yes,
You roll a
exactly.
botch, you get their wedding.
Yep.
I mean, that's a level of self-awareness I wasn't expecting.
Empire Saber Guild put on a full lightsaber choreography show, complete with recorded dialogue and a plot. That's right, a plot similar to Gladiator, but was also a play on WWE wrestling. With characters like the Asteroid, parentheses, I'm going to explain the joke now, The Rock, get it? The Asteroid,
Don't
The
get
Rock?
it.
Yeah, the Asteroid. Asteroid is another word for rock, you see. They're synonyms.
That's not...
No, they're the same
No,
word.
one's a rock with context.
Here I am, asteroid you like a hurricane. Yes, and also Macho Man.
I think they had to record the dialogue because they'd just be like wheezing and puffing too much while they're dancing around. Wouldn't be able to hear anything.
The music of the reception was keeping with the theme as well. The first dance was Left My Heart... Oh... The first dance was Left My Heart in Republic City, a Legend of Korra song that has the feel of East meets West, which Star Wars is itself an East meets West tale combining science fiction, cowboys, and samurai Buddhist themes. This just turned into Ain't It Cool News. I'm going to be talking about blowjobs in like a paragraph here.
Oh, God, no, Harry Styles, no.
Oh, you sound pretty.
Ooh.
What are you doing? The mother-son dance was to Oogway Ascends from Kung Fu Panda.
It's Harry Knowles. Anyway, sorry.
That's the scariest looking
Sorry,
Chewbacca
who's
I've
Harry
ever seen.
Styles?
I think Harry Styles is in a British boy band.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
Harry Styles.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe he's like that. We don't know.
No, come on. That's not fair to Harry Styles. I don't know Harry Styles, but it's not fair for any human being to be compared to Harry Knowles. I don't care. I don't care how many people he's killed. He is not Harry Knowles.
Yeah.
Well, that was that. Okay, so that, let me just skip past and not do a geeky wedding. Oh, wait.
Good luck.
We ended really abruptly.
Everybody at home is like, why did it just cut off? Episode's over?
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, have we learned anything so far? Okay, so...
Now 10 minutes of traffic noise.
All right. Okay, I think I'm going to go back to you, Frank West. Got another choice for you. We didn't do the steampunk trolley adventure wedding, but we still have a chance to do Diana and Shannon's steampunk zoo sci-fi wedding. Or Christina and Matthew's steampunk and science bookish wedding.
I like the idea of just like animal smells coming through in your wedding, so that's where I'm headed.
That is a good idea. Yeah, you're right. All right, so we're going to San Diego, and here is a San Diego steampunk zoo sci-fi wedding.
Oh, God.
Yeah, one of those brides is Travis Tritt.
Is that can't possibly be the Iron Cross? No, okay.
Okay, no, you're right.
I thought
you're right.
first.
Actually, it super looks like the Iron Cross.
I was like, please tell me, like,
Is she holding a revolver?
wacky steampunk neo-Nazi wedding.
Wait a minute. Searching Offbeat
Oh, it's a
Bride for the
purse.
word Nazi.
Oh, man.
I just like to, just a bit of a spoiler, to zoom in on that picture and take a look at what's written on that cake.
Is it that it's a lie?
Yeah, it's a lie.
Oh, wow. I knew that before looking. How? What a surprise.
Amazing.
I'm good at guessing.
I hope that means that the cake is actually just like frosted cardboard.
Frosted styrofoam. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about the wedding, Frank West.
Okay, the offbeat bride is Diana, writer and artist. Her offbeat partner is Shannon, software engineer, and it took place at the San Diego Zoo. Our offbeat wedding at a glance. Time machine keys, bling table, pouring molten gold. Who would have thought that something we had wanted to be so simple could have turned into an obsessive do-it-yourself art marathon? That's the nerd thing. We've been together 19 years before we could legally wed. So we didn't think of this as the typical wedding. We are definitely not traditional. Shannon doesn't like to dress up, and I love dress up all the way to cosplay. So we had to blend our two styles together.
Okay. I'm guessing it leaned in one of those directions. I'm not finding much for Nazi weddings, and I'm also not finding any Inglourious Bastard themed weddings. So, F+, that's what we're up to next.
Oh, there's got to be like a generic like Tarantino theme wedding.
You're right.
I mean, if you start searching on other websites, I am sure you can find an alt-right marriage website, but I don't know that we want to go there.
Fair enough.
For our venue, we wanted something fun and casual with minimal fuss. We had just bought and sold a house and moved just weeks before the wedding. It was going to be small and started out as 10 people in a friend's backyard. But then we decided we really wanted our dear friend's Beatles cover band, the Baja Bugs, to play. Since Shannon is a Beatles aficionado, and I love them too.
The Baja Bugs?
What is their style of cover?
I assume it's like Tejano, like Help? Is that right?
Oh, see, I like that too.
Okay. Good. Well, you can book them. The Baja Bugs.
After some fussing, we ended up with the perfect venue. One of our favorite spots, the San Diego Zoo. They had a beautiful round room beside a koi pond and waterfall. But here was the best part. The zoo would take care of everything. Flowers, food, bar, etc. Just the thought of not packing up tables and chairs made it a no-brainer. Not only that, but proceeds go to support zoo projects, and we are real lovers of the animals that we share this planet with. To seal the deal for us, the zoo wedding package included a day at the zoo for all our guests.
Sure, fine, great, no problem. Yeah, good.
So, and that's where it ends, and it's a perfectly no. Oh, wait, we know we wanted a themed wedding, but which theme?
There's more. No, there's more text.
There's, unfortunately, yes. Beatles? Yes. Love of animals? Check. But we simply had to incorporate a steampunk sensibility. And...
God damn that witch's curse!
Did you really have to?
It's like a Brewster's Millions scenario.
And our favorite activities through the years. Bird watching, video gaming, time travel, anything, reading to each other, watching sci-fi, and more.
So that we read to each other?
Thus our Steampunk Zoo Sci-Fi Fusion Wedding with Beatles was born.
There's also no results on the site for Brewster's Millions themed wedding. So.
Here was the rub. Most of our guests did not know what steampunk was. So we created
Oh, you lucky oblivious few.
So we created a steampunk bling table so the folks could join in. The table was a huge hit. People we never imagined would costume anyway were wearing goggles, eye patches, pocket watches, monocles, and steampunk medals.
Also, there was a mandatory screening of the TV show Steampunked. The reality show where you have to dress up in steampunk outfits or get kicked off.
Each centerpiece was a balloon airship that sat atop a cargo net full of our favorite books, movies, games, comics, and TV shows. Each balloon was completely different from the others, ranging from Victorian romantic to corporate industrial. They included an Avatar/Princess Bride steampunk collage balloon.
Avatar/Princess Bride, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter which Avatar you're talking about, I just can't see those two things going together.
Avatar/Princess Bride. Okay.
A vintage African stamped giraffe print balloon. A Tesla-fied evil sci-fi corporation logo balloon. A vintage bird and animal print balloon. A steampunk Beatles clock balloon. And a simply pretty lace balloon bedecked in antique beads. Our guests voted on their favorites, and 4 tied for first place, so there was something for everyone, which means that not many people voted.
This is so confusing. It's like nerd, but then it doesn't actually have any sources.
Nerd adjacent.
Just the very concept of nerd things.
Yeah, it's just nerd Well, I think that is the clash between the one person who definitely wanted nerd shit and the other one who's maybe we should have a wedding in our friend's backyard.
What do you like? I don't know, the Beatles. Okay, cool. We'll work that in.
Beatles band, and because they're coming, we'll have to have some sci-fi stuff for me to balance it out. I mean.
And the end effect looks like a Michaels threw up on a Wells and Verne.
Yeah. It's like the sewer underneath Tiffany and Co.
I like that they have matching hats, and the hats are both wearing goggles.
Wow, yeah.
Are they wearing goggles too? Just
the goggles are on the hats.
Wait a minute, there's only one pair of goggles on either of you. You call yourself steampunk.
We are not much for ritual, so we researched. We spent a lot of time on Offbeat Bride.
It's all your fault.
Life is getting better.
And made our very own personalized and comedic ceremony that incorporated our favorite quotes. We thought only a few folks would get our gags and references, but the laughter was spontaneous and uplifting in all the right places. The "So Say We All" from Battlestar Galactica at the end of the ceremony was resounding. I would like to mention that I also saw "So Say We All" in a picture from one of the other ones. I think it has maybe been mentioned in every single one of these.
Yeah.
Somewhere every time.
Yeah. The cake is a lie. The cake is a lie.
The cake is a lie.
Boots?
Mm-hmm.
This is Heather and Bobby's Lord of the Rings meets Game of Thrones fantasy wedding.
Wait, how do you combine those two together?
They somehow
You kill all the hobbits.
merge that. He somehow. Oh, he is wearing a full suit of armor. Oh, they all are. Yay!
Wow.
Oh man, oh man.
Oh, bye.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's shiny armor.
Oh my god.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah, so that.
Oh wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Heather and Bobby's Lord of the Rings meets Game of Thrones fantasy wedding. Hashtag castle, hashtag Colorado, hashtag geeky, hashtag pagan.
Hashtag not enough weed in the world.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'd be smoking during the middle of the ceremony.
Oh, I'm still here. I still know I'm here.
Oh my God. Both of these occupations are great. The off-bride bride is Heather, who's a hypnotherapist and actor. Her partner is Robert, also known as Bobby. He's a gunsmith.
Yeah! That's a real job!
Yeah, and how much you want to bet it's the kind of gun you load with a stick.
I make blunderbusses.
We got married at Dunafon Castle in Idledale, Colorado.
All right.
This is a man who knows his way around a gunblade.
All right, so I'll just ease you into the ideas of our wedding at a glance. Bobby and I are geeks. Dungeons and Dragons, Battlestar Galactica, Elder Scrolls, Doctor Who, zombies, Comic Cons, cosplay, you name it, we're probably into it.
Cool, so I have your whole personality now. Thanks. Just listing it there. It's convenient.
Yeah. So when it came to our wedding, it wasn't a question of what should we do, but how do we narrow this down? We decided on a Lord of the Rings meets Game of Thrones theme because we discovered we could get married in an actual castle. Suddenly we had visions of armor, swords, dragons, and elves.
Everybody in armor.
We decided to ask our guests to come in costume, so we wanted to give them as broad a range as possible. The bride's side bore the sigil of the phoenix, and her colors were crimson, copper, and ivory. The groom's side bore the sigil of the dragon, and his colors were green, silver, and black.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Wait.
What were the first three colors? The first three colors?
So her colors were crimson, copper, and ivory.
And the second three colors?
Were green, silver, and black.
Wow, I just time traveled right there.
Listen, he's not going to fancy it up.
No. That is not the work of a gunsmith.
The girls wove phoenix feathers into their gowns, from phoenixes, and hair, and the men wore dragon pendants. My bouquet was designed to look like fire pouring from my hands, and the groom's armor was dragon green.
Fire isn't green, just so you know.
Dragon green.
Right. But you said fire pouring from your hands?
That was her bouquet.
Yeah, that's her bouquet.
Yeah. I'm looking at your bouquet.
Yeah.
Fire isn't green.
I see what you mean.
Okay.
It does have some leaves in there.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Each of the grooms wore unique armor.
Yeah.
The groom was the hero, of course. There's a bard somewhere. Pearled elf ears.
Every time I roll my character, he turns out to be an asshole.
Necklace designed after Galadriel's ring. I don't.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever.
Crimson and ivory.
These dudes basically, they almost definitely already had armor hanging around.
The food was in 3 stations. We had the Hands Feast Station, which included traditional turkey legs and less traditional orc pot pies. We also had the Lothlorien Land Station, which included fish and lembas bread. Mm-hmm. And we had the Shire's Harvest Station, which was entirely vegetarian and vegan.
Nice. Great.
There's a guy with horns.
Yeah. Pan attended the wedding. That's nice, huh?
Well, good for him. Get a bit of the Tempest back in here. there was a prize for best costume. It was an authentic dragon glass dagger and 6 dragon glass.
Wait, somebody
arrowheads.
came dressed as a dagger?
No, the prize was a dagger.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, authentic replicas from the Game of Thrones series. Cake. The cake had 4 layers, with the bottom layer of dragon scales and the top 2 reflecting the embroidery in my dress. We had a middle layer as the One Ring, with our house motto on it: a light in the darkness.
You know, with that much fondant, it's gotta taste good.
It's a lot of fondant.
The cake's not for eating.
The hell you say?
Yeah, we got a smash cake for the bride to. Everybody lines up, takes pictures. She's just covered in it. There's a 3D dragon. Okay, our guests wrote their names on blessing stones, which we used instead of a guest book. They could also write advice on pieces of parchment, which were then locked away in a treasure chest at the end of the night, along with dozens of other souvenirs and a bottle of wine of the same brand and vintage we'd had on our first date, to be opened at our 1-year anniversary. We were sent off. We were sent off to He's a Pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean, because.
Yeah, sure. What? Yeah, you just transported forward a couple hundred years.
Yeah, why not? Some music from Morrowind.
Yeah, sure.
The Dragonborn. We have a lot of Elder Scrolls happening in here.
That's good. I'm glad that there is.
This goes on for a long time, Lemon.
Sure does. All right. Well, I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you because we're going to go to Washington. Take you to Washington and Zarla. This is a Washington wedding. It's Maddie and Jacob's garden and arcade geeky wedding. That's what people typing in the word geeky on Offbeat Bride. That's so strange.
I think arcades. I think about gardens.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, where are the jock weddings on this website?
Oh, search and jock.
Tags, Converse, gamers, ring warming, salt ceremony,
Converse,
tattooed bride, XKCD. So,
XKCD. They all dressed as stick figures.
The offbeat bride was Maddie, a student. Her offbeat partner was Jacob, a legal assistant spreadsheet wizard.
I just want to real quick. I know that but I was just searching Offbeat Bride for the word jock. And I got this comment from Shannon, and Shannon says, "Sorry about the very late comment, Shauna. Our lives have been a bit topsy-turvy with Little Prince. Well, technically dragon. We named him Drayson, which is Old English for dragon. Yeah, we're nerds. He has a normal middle name just in case he turns out to be a jock or something."
Heaven forbid.
It's a kid who's going to be beating up his parents and taking their lunch money.
Okay, so
Maybe I don't want to watch Star Trek, Dad.
The only other result is immediately following our first kiss, our DJ launched it into bridal party introductions set to the Jock Jam Mega Mix.
At least that's like ordinary bad wedding. I would cling to that through most of the things. Like, familiar. Yes, do pump up the jam.
Yeah, except for it's like people like that are owning like Pump Up the Jam is like that's our thing.
Okay, so the date and location of the wedding is the Rose Garden at Point Defense Park, the Old Spaghetti Factory, and Dorky's Barcade in Tacoma, Washington.
Old Spaghetti Factory? Okay.
The Old Spaghetti Factory.
Yeah, okay.
That's where the Joker is hiding. Our offbeat wedding at a glance. The beginning of the ceremony kind of set the theme for the whole wedding. Geeky music played by our friends and family. Jacob and the wedding party walked down to the theme from Star Trek First Contact. And and I walked down the aisle to the Han and Leia theme from Star Wars.
Yeah!
Who knew that Star Wars and Star Trek could finally get along?
Oh my god, John Williams is so romantic.
A friend of Jacob's from high school played piano for both songs, and my brother joined him on viola for the Han and Leia theme. The third and final event of our wedding was held at Dorky's Barcade, which is an enormous arcade and bar. We had beer, cider, root beer floats, and snacks. The band that played was Jack Smack and the Celiacs, which is made up of my dad, my uncle, who was also officiated, 2 of my aunts, and sometimes Jacob's brother.
Tell me about your cake. I need to know about your cake.
The cake has a bunch of XKCD quotes on it.
No. Read me the cake.
Oh, right. Let's see. What our normal approach is useless here. Our cake was amazing. It was gluten-free and decorated like this XKCD comic. The best part was that the top and bottom tiers were rainbow. We didn't tell anyone about that, so it was a big surprise.
Oh, good.
They did a bouquet toss, but it opened up to anyone who wanted to catch it, and my grandma caught it, which was very cool.
Very cool.
We also asked everyone to wear Converse shoes. And
Why?
And a lot of people did, including the wedding party. Jacob and I had awesome matching blue suede high tops. And there's a picture of everybody wearing Converse shoes.
Is that like a... I don't even know what that is.
I feel like a little bit, because like I almost exclusively wear Converse All-Stars. I just find them comfortable, and I feel very confused at like, wait, this is somebody's fetish? Do I have to switch to Skechers now? What is going on?
Jake's such a spreadsheet wizard. He wanted to document the people that put the Converse shoes on, the ones that didn't have other shoes, and the ones that changed in their shoes, and put them in a spreadsheet, and then put them in a pivot table and show off his amazing Excel skills.
Wizardry! Tell us about the ceremony.
As I said, our ceremony was officiated by my Uncle John. The 3 of us wrote it with help from the internet. That's an ominous sentence. We aren't religious, so there wasn't much of a template to follow. Uncle John had done a couple weddings before, so he had some excellent ideas. We just passed our wedding off to other people. Whatever, cares. Jacob sang the book.
Well, they did the important nerdy stuff themselves.
Yeah, that's what
they
matters.
passed all that like vows and shit to someone else.
20 years from now, they'll remember Han and Leia. Jacob sang the Book of Love while my dad played guitar. I read Sonnet 17 by Pablo Neruda in Spanish. It was in Spanish because the only people there who spoke Spanish were Jacob and I, and so I could say emotional stuff without feeling too exposed. You don't want to get too emotional at your wedding.
Yeah, we accidentally put some real sentiment in there, so we hid it behind a language no one got, so it didn't seep into the main stuff.
Yeah,
we just don't want people to get distracted from the important shit.
And it's better in Spanish.
Keep going. I see a very important word in the next paragraph.
We did a ring blessing, which involved passing the rings up and down the rows of people. It made everyone feel involved and made exchanging rings even more meaningful. It's also a good way to let religious people be religious without actually having religion in the ceremony.
Wait, what? Oh yes, this taps into my religious mind. Rings,
weird
that is
religious
something
people.
I recognize from church.
When we exchanged rings, Uncle John asked, "Does your heart beat only for this man-woman?" Which is from the traditional Klingon wedding ceremony.
Yes!
We also did a salt ceremony. I don't know what that is, but at the end he pronounced us married, and I said, "Yay!" which was not in the plan, but maybe should have been.
You're married! Oh, yeah!
That's too much emotion. Too much emotion.
Okay, cool. Oh, man. Okay, we are coming down to the end of this document. Oh, I forgot to mention that this document was...
I see raptors on top of this cake.
There's raptors on top. There's a document put together by Cheapskate. Forgot to mention that earlier. And thank you very much, Cheapskate, for this document, sort of.
It's not a sort of document. It's a sort of thanks.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, nutshell.
Yes?
Okay. This is okay. Okay, here we go. We gotta make a choice. Okay. Choice number 1 is Zombies, Vikings, and a Hawk. Shelley and Eric, no funny weddings.
That poor bird.
And the other option, man, okay. The other option is Lisa and Adam's Southern Gothic nerdy wedding.
Oh, I'll go with the Viking zombies.
All right, and a hawk.
I'd just like to point out at Lisa and Adam's wedding, Lisa's occupation is ghost and vampire tour guide. And Adam is a computer doctor.
Doctor in
All right.
computerology.
Zombies, Vikings, and a hawk. Shelley and Eric, no funny weddings.
Oh, thanks.
The offbeat bride is Shelley, radio personality / pole dancing instructor. Her offbeat partner is Eric, an insurance salesman.
Cool. And then production stills. Oh, you start off with a production still. That's...
I like the one dude in the middle who didn't get the makeup on.
Yeah, he's just lying down.
Guys, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why are you guys drinking and talking at this wedding? We have to pose this shot where my wife is holding an axe and I'm standing over you looking very powerful.
Dave, what the fuck? You barely
scrolling
your
on
neck's
this
a little red. Like,
Page
what the
keeps
fuck
on
is
kicking
that?
me back up to the top of it. Our offbeat wedding at a glance. We have humor in common. We're comedy writers. So that was the theme for our wedding. We wanted it to be hilarious. Our venue was an old-timey ex-porn theater with beautiful blue and red lights. The guys entered the stage to the Halo video game theme, since that's how Eric and I fell in love, playing Halo.
That's hilarious.
Instead of a traditional wedding march, a group of 20 zombies came instead of me.
Oh,
Followed
okay.
by
and then he married them, I guess.
followed by 5 zombie survival team guys who started smashing heads and taking the zombies down. The music changed to the Walking Dead theme, because that's so romantic. And I emerged with an axe in my hand, and I killed off the remaining zombies and took the stage where my father was waiting to give me away.
Eagerly.
So did like 25 people just lie around all the time?
The image where she's swinging the axe down, you can see the groom is like, are we taking the picture now? Like, I've been standing with my foot up for a really long time. Do I have to keep doing this?
Eric is a hilarious writer, so he wrote a funny take on a traditional ceremony. We also had a hawk fly in as the ring bearer from the back of the theater. The ring bearer pretended that he had lost the rings, put on a glove, and then summoned the hawk to the surprise and delight of the 200 people in attendance.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that sounds, I'm sure, yeah.
We
I'm
had
sure it
a
was funny.
traditional Viking sword exchange and made it official by updating our Facebook statuses on stage.
Oh shit, it's the first back person. The whole episode. Just putting that out there.
Dinner was a burrito bar from Chipotle. Oh,
Come on! I don't even get fucking food at your goddamn wedding?
Now
Fuck you!
Now it's tacky.
Jesus Christ! Give me a real taco!
and we cut the cake with a sword. The music was provided by guests on the VP. Sorry. They each requested a song, and we downloaded them onto a random mix on our iPod.
Cool,
When we left the venue, everyone got a pair of Groucho Marx glasses with our names on them. Instead of throwing rice, they blew whoopee cushions at us. For our getaway vehicle, I rented the Gamer Bus, which is a traveling school bus full of video game setups.
That's a real mishmash of fucking everything.
Yep.
We're back in our element, gentlemen! Tell us about the ceremony, I guess.
Okay, I'm attempting to scroll down the page keeps on kicking me back up to the top.
No, it's,
oh, God damn it.
yeah, no, yeah.
Come on.
Speaking of come on, look at that cake.
What is with the Groucho glasses? Hey, look, we know funny, eh?
They said it would be hilarious, and they're wearing Groucho glasses.
We know funny.
Yeah.
These glasses are fucking funny.
I wouldn't want to be a member of a wedding party that would have me as a member.
If I find those redneck teeth, man, this is going to be the best, funniest wedding in the world.
Especially when he's not wearing one of those arrow through the head things.
We kept the ceremony structure traditional, but added our own jokes throughout, like, do you, Eric, take this Shelley to be your wife, to have and to hold, to revive at all costs on Xbox, and I'm at the top of the page again. God. Fucking damn it.
Do you have like a bad blocker that's preventing you from seeing this?
Trying to rescue you.
No.
Yeah, bad block plus.
Bad block.
Control F Xbox. There's 65 hits.
All right, so I'm sorry. So what was the
You can read it in the doc too.
what was the hilarious vow? What was the hilarious vow?
To revive at all costs on Xbox and let her get the last shot when fighting a boss level, in sickness and health for richer or for even more richer, and when the internet and power goes out for as long as you both shall live. It was very personal and funny.
It was funny. It was funny.
Incredibly personal.
It was personal and funny in a way that you failed to demonstrate. I don't.
And she said it was funny.
It was personal and funny. I promise.
Okay, I want to hear what the funniest moment of this wedding was.
My funniest moment. It's hard to pick one, since we are comedy writers. Something we've hammered into the heads of everybody who came to see this wedding.
I don't know why you need to keep restating that. Like, this material is self-evident. It's not like, I mean, this is basically like watching 30 Rock right now. This is real good.
You gotta let it speak for itself.
Everything was an attempt at funny. "You may now hand fart the bride" was a great line, since Eric and I have a party trick we do sometimes where we make fart sounds while holding each other's hands.
That's not a party trick.
But also fun.
That's funny, because she said it was funny.
That's not a party trick.
The trick is that it makes everyone leave the party. I hate this so much.
Hey, Nutshell, what was the most important lesson you learned from your wedding?
The most important lesson we learned from our wedding. Narrow your ideas down. We forgot to cue the fire dancer, and she sat backstage all
That's
night.
why they didn't have the redneck teeth.
Also, looking back, the reception was wild, and I felt like I was constantly needed somewhere else, so I couldn't give guests the attention they deserved. This was a huge regret. I wish I would have set up a photo booth and, instead of the traditional dollar dance, done the dollar selfie with guests. They don't.
Yeah, that's way more fun. Good.
And they get a picture with you. That way you get to greet everyone who came.
They get a picture with you.
God.
Does she have the Groucho glasses on at the same time?
That one really hurt.
Yeah.
That one really hurt a lot.
I guess in retrospect, it would have been nice if I spent time with anybody or did anything.
I could have merchandised myself better. Fuck. All right.
I was going to make a joke in the middle of that about how they should have done and I was like, wait, they did do whoopee cushions. I forgot. That feels so long ago.
Hey, they know funny. They know funny. Here we go. I'm hitting enter. All right. So this last thing, Cheapskate has put in the document under the headline, possibly the most horrifying of all.
Oh man, that's a high bar.
I mean, we really,
wow.
We really, I feel like swam through fire. But, here we go. Frank West.
Danielle
What do you got there?
and Russell's Norm Pod wedding experience all around San Francisco. What is a Norm Pod?
We're gonna find out.
Oh,
I googled it and got this wedding.
Okay. Nice.
So I'm guessing it's like an amalgamation of their names.
No, Norm Pod is, I feel like that's something that's offbeat. I'm going to search.
I feel like it's gotta be a variant off of
San
Normcore, right?
It sounds like a San Francisco startup. Like, try our new
Get your own Norm Pod.
It's connected to the Internet of Things 3 different ways.
Tagged with wedding boots?
The offbeat bride is Danielle Sopra and co-owner of Outlaw Soaps.
Wow, this
Sopra.
picture.
Sopra, that's a job title.
Okay.
Sopra.
Yes. Her offbeat partner is Russell, co-owner of Outlaw Soaps.
Excellent.
And it happened in San Francisco.
Yeah, it did.
Our offbeat wedding at a glance. We traveled around San Francisco for a 2-part ceremony wedding. It started at the Pier 39 Carousel in San Francisco. We had a 2-part ceremony. Commitment of the community to the couple, and commitment of the couple to each other.
Swear your allegiance to this wedding, bitch! Yeah, you want to get an invite, don't you?
Our band, Jerk Church, played rousing renditions of our favorite songs.
Right.
I'm assuming by your band, you actually mean the band that you're in.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. If you're the owner of this website, please contact your hosting provider, webmaster@jerkchurch.com.
It's the biggest audience they ever got. After the carousel and some wedding photos at the end of the pier, all attendees boarded 3 charter buses and a passenger van according to assignments designated on their wedding gift bags. Get on the bus song seen here. Not clicking it. Thanks. The buses dropped everyone off at Washington Square Park, where we had a receiving line with us, the wedding party, and our family.
And then the giving line.
After the receiving line, we re-boarded the buses and went to Fiddler's Green Irish Pub for our reception, including a cash bar, banquet style food.
Yay! Thanks so much. Oh, I get to pay for my own drinks. That's great.
But at least I got to drive around in a bus all day.
Oh, you're right. You did kidnap me. I forgot about that part.
I want to ride around in a bus in San Francisco.
Hey guys.
Yeah, what's up?
You may be surprised to learn this.
What's up?
But Jerk Church really suck.
Oh, yeah?
They suck, but they sort of make up. They sort of try to make up for it by specifically having a.
Oh wow!
There's
Yeah.
tits. Oh, I mean, be fair. This video was shot at Burning Man, so of course there's tits.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you actually can't avoid that. It's impossible.
Okay.
There's also dongs in this video, so
Yeah.
Jerk
I
Church
like
played our
gender
song.
parody in my nudity.
Well, Jerk Church set up at the other place they went and played another song, which transitioned into "Don't Stop Believing."
yeah. I'm listening. Quietly, obviously, but I'm listening to a little bit of Jerk Church, and it's making me wistfully longing for Macaulay Culkin's band.
Oh, you mean the band that did covers of
Yeah, pizza-related covers of pop songs.
Yeah.
Like, at least that had a theme. This is just aimless. This is worse than a drum circle.
Well, speaking of worse than a drum circle, after Fiddler's Green, we went to Marina Green, where we interpretive danced to Africa by Toto played out of a megaphone.
Wait. You put like a Bluetooth speaker inside of a megaphone? I don't... Really?
Or Jerk Church played Africa by Toto into the megaphone.
Sure, that would be good.
I can't tell you which one happens. I can't tell you which one I would prefer because that's hell and there's no way to compare. And I watched as 130 of my closest friends struggled drunkenly to fly dollar store kites in gale force winds.
The guy just face down in this picture. He's given up.
We had planned for the wedding to end at that point, but we ended up going to the tiki bar at the end of Pier 39 and having food and cocktails until they closed.
Imagine if the people at the tiki bar think you're tacky. Oh, thanks. Bokeh camera by GoPro. Fuck. What do we learn from this, F+?
People try to make their weddings really wacky and unique, and yet all of them reference the same 5 or 6 pieces of pop culture.
You know, I know this sounds really hypocritical, but the thing is, they're always going, I'm so nerdy, I'm so geeky, I'm such a dork, but they always list, like, the 5 most mainstream nerdy things you could possibly think of. Like, like Doctor Who, I'm so nerdy, or like Star Trek, nobody's heard of that. It's like...
The most niche and nerdy thing mentioned was XKCD.
Yeah, it was, and even that's like pretty mainstream nerd circles,
Right.
but...
I mean, because like hypothetically, you could do like Crypt of the Necrodancer kind of wedding, and that could be... Well, no, that'd be annoying too, but...
I'm sure there's Undertale weddings in the offing.
Oh, that's true.
You could just have the Crypt of the Necrodancer dance party. Just
that would be fun.
cut the wedding part out.
You partition the whole dance floor into a bunch of different squares, and every beat you have to be at a different square than the one you were previously in. This is how we dance.
Immediately violent.
Imagine the noise that would make, just thud, 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 thud.
I think I said this in our last Offbeat Pride thing, but it's like, I mean, And be fair, you know, like I'm sure that we're looking at this through a lens that maybe is or that is distortion of what it actually was. It's possible. It's possible that some of these things are fun, but they're not presented as fun. Like nothing here is presented as. There's never a story about yeah, we had a really great time. I saw my cousin who I haven't seen in a long time. He's up to some shit. Never that. Never that.
It's all about weddings as a production instead of weddings as a celebration with your friends.
I feel like the only time in here somebody mentioned a compliment to it was a point where they clearly didn't. It was like Grandma said weddings are really weird now, and that was the best compliment we had.
I guess that's in a way that's something that these weddings have in common with other certain weddings of the same type, where the wedding is only for like the bride and groom and nobody else. Because it happens with like normal weddings too, where they just make this insane, crazy wedding where it's just their specifications that nobody else enjoys and nobody else wanted to go to, but it only matters to them. They're the only ones who care. And
that's the thing. I think
Catholic weddings.
Exactly. If you've only been to Catholic weddings and like that's like your idea of normal, then like rebel in a different way. The other thing that I enjoy about this is like that you don't see it a lot, but if you actually like search tags, like, you know, Offbeat Pride, they're looking for those clicks. They want those clicks, and so like they write like clickbait like listicles. Like, this thriller flash mob wedding makes us bow down to the spectacle.
I looked up Homestuck, nothing came up. I'm
really?
shocked.
That is actually very surprising.
I'm a little bit shocked, actually.
The website is always thefpl.us. Our forum is Ball Pit.
Had to help you out there. You seem to be struggling.
Thanks. I was confused. I forgot.
Ball hole.
And if you like seeing categories of lots of drawings, you can take yourself to inktober.review. There is a bunch of drawings drawn all over the month of October. It's fun to look at. So, bye.
Farewell.